Welcome to the Drama Coach podcast. I'm Lisa, actor and communication coach, helping young performers and the people surrounding them build confidence, skill, and a real understanding of the industry. This is my Start Here episode to tell you a little bit about what this podcast is and who it's for. So hello and welcome to the Drama Coach podcast, if this is your first one that you're listening to. Now, if you are new here, or you've just found the podcast, then this episode is a really good place to start. Because by the time you're listening to this, there have already been a number of episodes out. And I wanted to create something that just brings everything together and helps you understand what this podcast is, who it's for, and where to begin. So, who am I? A little bit more about me. My name is Lisa. I'm an actor and a drama coach, a licensed chaperone, and a mum to 2 young performers working in the industry. I've been teaching and coaching drama for over 20 years, and alongside that, I work as an actor and narrator. So I come to this from a few different angles, as a performer, as a teacher, and as a parent, navigating all of this in real time. So who is this podcast for? The podcast is really for 2 groups of people. First, parents of young performers, parents who are trying to figure out how this industry works, how to support their child, and what actually matters, and of course, what doesn't. And second, for young performers themselves. I've tried to keep the language appropriate, and my guests so far have honoured that beautifully. So whether you're just starting out, or you've already been auditioning, self-taping, maybe even doing some professional work, but you still have questions, or you're trying to build confidence and understand the industry more clearly. What you'll get from this podcast. Across the podcast, you'll hear a mix of solo episodes and conversations with guests from across the industry. Some episodes are really practical, breaking things down like what acting terms actually mean, how auditions work, whether you need to get an agent yet. And others are more conversational with actors, agents, teachers, and also real honest chats about what it's like to be in this industry. Including an episode with my own daughter where we talk about things like rejection, balancing school and acting, and what it's actually like being on set at a young age. So what this podcast is really about. Underneath all of that, there's a bigger intention. This isn't about hype. It's not about how to make it quickly. And it's definitely not about putting pressure onto young performers. It's about doing things properly, building real skills, understanding the industry, and protecting confidence along the way. Because this industry can feel overwhelming, especially at the start, and it's my aim to make it feel clearer, calmer, and more manageable for both young performers and their parents. Where to start? If you're not sure where to begin, and this is the first episode you're listening to, I'd suggest starting with a few key episodes. Do you actually need an agent yet? That's a good place to start. Asking my agent what they look for and how it all works. And also inside a talent agency, auditions, self-tapes, and what matters most. So that's 1 solo episode and 2 guest episodes that I feel could be really useful as a starting point, and I will link those in the show notes. And if you're even newer to the industry, I'd suggest the episode, The Acting Terms Everyone Uses, but No One Explains. If you've been in the industry a while, that one, you probably know all of it, but you might want to go ahead and listen and feel proud that you know all of those terms already. I think it's a really helpful place to build your understanding if you're new and you don't know those terms yet. So thank you so much for being here and listening to this short intro episode. If you find this podcast helpful already, do follow or subscribe so that you don't miss future episodes. And I would absolutely love it if you could, perhaps after you've listened to a few episodes, if you're enjoying it, if you could drop me a little review, because that does help more relevant people find the podcast. And if there's something that you'd like me to cover or a question you have, I would genuinely love to hear from you. You can drop me an email lisa@thedramacoach.co.uk, or you can find me across many socials at The Drama Coach. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode.